I'm Suzanne from Kid Style Junkie. We're here today to interview the lovely Tico Torres, fabulous musician, artist, and children's wear designer, about his line called Rockstar Baby.
I grew up with it. My grandmother made all my clothing, stage clothing, 60s, 70s, 80s, and a little bit of the 90s. I used to cut the patterns with her, and we used to design them. So everything I wore on stage was designed by me and my grandmother. So it's not that far removed. I start my own line.
That's incredible. So one thing that I come across a lot in what I do is that a lot of parents complain that there's just not a lot out there for boys.
Correct.
You've obviously got your son Hector. Is that what inspired you to, create this line?
Well, it's part of it. It's part of it. What really excited me to do the line was that I went, when you have friends in other bands and even my band and stuff like that were having children, and there's nothing you could find that besides pink
that
and
was
blue.
Cool.
And a lot of pink and blue.
Yeah, pink and blue, yes.
And I didn't think the stuff was reminiscent of what I want to give as my impression as a gift.
Yeah.
So I decided to start a line.
So, does your son have any input into what you designed? Do you show it to him?
Yeah, I do, and he's brutally honest, and I love that. He said, I like that, or hates it. And I take a cue off that, and I think kids at that age especially, they know exactly what they want to wear, and they're very hip.
But I was going to ask you about that. Does he dress rock, or what's his style?
No, I wouldn't say he dresses rock, but he knows what he wants to wear. He'll pick out a few of my shirts and put them on. He likes them, but he puts it on because he likes them. It's cool. Makes him feel good.
Yeah.
Makes him feel a little different, than wearing the white T-shirt, from just a plain white T-shirt, for instance.
I agree. It does give them
as we
confidence.
As we do. It's you put on a tuxedo, you feel like elegant. You're gonna go gamble like 007 or go to a wedding, but you do feel different.
Yeah.
And I think children, when they get older, are that way. The line 0 to 6, Rockstar Baby, the parent buys for the children, reminiscent of their style. And I want to make it man-friendly. I want to be able to say, grandparent or father can go out and pick some stuff for his daughter and son that he thinks is cool.
Do you think Princess Kate will go for any of these?
I think
for the
so.
baby?
Absolutely.
You're going to be sending her some things?
We're going to send her a gift, of course. I'm a big fan of the Queen.
Back to your son and his clothes. Does he wear what we call high street brands, which are sort of more mainstream brands like Gap and that sort of thing? What brands does he like?
Obviously, he likes more eclectic stuff. He'll pick out, he likes stuff that's faded at his age. If there's a flag,
like the vintage look.
I want it faded. Yeah, and that's his choice. But that also gives me an idea.
Obviously, you tour a lot of countries for your music. Which one do you think is the most inspirational for children's fashion?
I think Europe in general has more of an edge for fashion, obviously.
And which brands do you think are particularly good in children's fashion?
Rockstar Baby.
Obviously.
I don't care for lines that make adult clothing into child wear. First of all, especially baby wear, because you can't put the same seams on hats and stuff like you do because of the soft plate on a baby. You have to take a lot of care. It's the dyes you use.
There's all different
rules. This is clothing made especially safe for babies.
Yeah.
The dye, all the way from the dyes to you name it, to the pacifiers that don't push the teeth. To the shoes, burn and stuff because they're good for you.
Yeah.
So this is made for that, and I don't like lines that make adult clothing into mini-me clothing.
Without any sort of extra thought for children, it's just let's just make that shrinky-dink.
Correct.
Do you get influenced by trends with this line? Obviously it's got the rock edge to it for sure, but there's a trend for photographic prints. Will you be doing stuff with that, or are you just ignoring that and going your own route, sort of?
Well, I do my own route because there's a mainstay in the line, but I do look at what's out there, and I'm introducing a lot of animal prints, zebras, and which like the bottles, and you're going to see that in the towelings and the bedding and stuff like that, which I'm going to fade it off a little bit, some snakeskin kind of feel.
I've been looking at your stuff, and actually the shapes are all very classic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then you've twisted it.
Just taking it, just giving it a little hipper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So being an artist as well as a musician, do Do you think there's enough done in today's schools to encourage the arts?
Arts used to be pushed quite a bit, and that they had a forerunning in education, art, music, and creativity. It's been pushed back. I know in the United States it has almost all off some school rosters completely, and I think that's happening all over the world. The problem with that is people think that academically they need to do all this academic stuff, and that's going to bolster creativity. No, wrong. You have to bolster creativity through music, art, writing, anything like that's creative. Boisters. Now you take the person that has that creativity and you show them a way to open them the mind of creativity and give them the academics. Use that. Now you change the world scientifically. On my own, I try to, show my son as much art and music as possible.
Could you take me through a few of your favourite pieces from the collection and why?
These are made for those who do use pacifiers. Some children don't. They won't push out the teeth. They're made especially for the palate.
They were designed by a German orthodontist, I understand. BPA free.
Complete.
Yeah.
Complete.
It's lovely. I think I quite want to have one in my mouth because it's so cool. Is it quite gift-led, would you say?
Without a doubt.
Right.
Without a doubt. No, this is our new one, new design.
So, what's been your greatest challenge with Rockstar Baby?
I think it's finding the right people to work with.
Have you made any mistakes with this line?
Made a lot of mistakes, sure. If I never made mistakes, I wouldn't be very smart. But yeah, and even in certain things of design, and it just didn't work. And that's how you learn.
Yeah, I was about to say, you've got to do it to know what works and what doesn't work. If you don't do it, you don't know.
And with mistakes in every facet of the industry. And one thing I did not make a mistake on was to make sure that's safe and good for children and babies.
Have you got any scoops for us? Any exclusive scoops? We like a scoop.
Scoop. Let's think about this. Other than going to 12 years old.
That's very cool.
That's
I've heard about jewellery.
Yes, we've done jewelry in the past, and we're doing it again. And we also extend the line a little bit in jewelry with doing. We would have this in solid silver, the caps, and clip-ons for silver, because you really want to give a really nice gift. I came up with some concepts right now that some stuff that we do as Latin, being Cuban, that we do for babies, and it's almost like little pendants with different stones, and it's done in gold, and we're doing a rose gold. That's something that you give to your child and baby, but also they pass on.
It's an heirloom.
Yes.
An heirloom.
Yeah. And something for the men, which is going to be a surprise, something for the daddies, and something for the mommies. My slogan is every baby's a star, and I treat them like a star. So in other words, their clothing should be reminiscent of what they are. You don't know if your child's going to be Prime Minister.
I'm hoping mine will be
the greatest artist in the world.
Yeah.
Musician, whatever. But every baby's a star. You don't know. So treat them that way right from the beginning.